Hello dear students. Let us understand about determinants of working capital. So, which factor actually determines working capital? As we all know, working capital is nothing but the capital which is required to run the day-to-day operations of the business. So, there are many factors which actually determines this working capital. First one is nature or character of business. So, based on the nature of the business, what kind of business is actually, so that we need to know. Based on that, so working capital it differs. Say for example, there are many public and private limited companies. If it is public limited companies, like its budget is what somehow very huge, where it requires high or huge working capital. And there are also some other firms like financial and trading firms where investment is somewhat less, but they have to invest large in their current assets. So their main focus is on their current assets. So next factor is size of the business or scale of operation. So there are many different sizes like small size, mid, as well as large scale business. So based on its size, working capital differs. Say for example, if it is greater size, obviously the working capital requirement will be large. So if it is small scale business, working capital requirement is less. So based on the size also, we need to know working capital it differs. Next is production policy. So what kind of production that company is undergoing? Based on that also, again, working capital differs from business to business. So demand it plays a major role, major part. So if demand is what very high, that is it is very peak, obviously working capital requirement also will be high. So that is what they are mentioning here as seasonal variations. Seasonal variations. If season is what peak season, working capital requirement will be very high. So if it is there is not any season for that particular product, obviously working capital requirement will be less. Next is manufacturing process or length of production cycle. What kind of manufacturing process? See, if the production process is going to happen for a longer period of time, or else within short duration that production is going to be completed, what is going to happen in the organization? So if it is longer process, obviously see electricity, water resources, labor resources, there are so many resources we need, right? So if the process is somehow lengthy, obviously working capital requirement or the capital that we need, that is also such a huge capital. Okay. Next. So what factors it determines working capital? Yes, this is what we discussed right now, like nature, size, production period. That is, it is going to happen for 2 days or 1 week or for 1 month, or even it is going to happen for just 2 hours. So how much production process is actually. And next is credit period to debtors, whether business owners where they are going to give or offer any credit time period for their customers. If that is going to happen, that also determines working capital. Okay, and next is what nature of inventory, what kind of or what type of inventory that is. So based on the stock, that material, right, that goods, that commodity, that also determines the working capital. Say for example, there are many raw materials. Some raw materials it actually requires electricity, right? Some it doesn't require any electricity, some it requires water resources. So there are so many maintenance for required for each and every inventory, right? So based on that, it differs, and cash reserve always it should be there in a organization. So this is all about the determinants of working capital. Thank you.